The feminist movement started at the time of the Industrial Revolution in England, and soon it expanded all over the world. Back in the day, the movement was all about the voting rights of women and their basic rights to own property. However, the current manifestation of what some perceive as insincere feminism is not only allegedly diminishing the strength of men, but also arguably tarnishing the authentic perception of womanhood. Critics contend that this distorted version of feminism is encouraging the objectification of women, eroding their inherent worth, and promoting a dynamic where women's bodies hold power over men, thus potentially perpetuating an unhealthy dynamic. Today, I intend to fully uncover the truth about feminism and how it's negatively impacting the perception of both genders. Number 1. Enter the pseudo-feminists. Though the movement had morals and principles when it started, with the onset of modern-day radicalized feminism, millions of girls and women are losing their ways. The trend of pseudo-feminism is on the rise. You must have seen the videos or a reel about all men being the problem, or how men are the biggest problem on the earth. So if we dissect the real face of pseudo-feminism, you will find some very obnoxious sexist takes. According to Ait, women should show off their bodies as much as they can and be confident about it. Confidence is the key until it becomes the only asset and one feels self-important. A person starts belittling people around you. It says that women are better than men and women do not need men. It is complete nonsense. The balance of the world depends on men and women equally. It is a complementary pattern. Without one, the other is nothing. So, if women think they don't need a man in their lives, they already have one in the form of their father or their brother or anyone who is trying to provide them with the best. Another biggest problem with the pseudo-feminists is that they do not know what they want. If a man walks out naked, they are criminal pervert. But for them, if a woman goes out wearing practically nothing, it is slay. They are quite frankly against the institution of marriage and will have a lot to say to a woman who wishes to marry in her 20s and settle down. These pseudo-feminists are contaminating the true face of feminism. If a woman thinks and finds them appealing in any way possible, beware. They know how to lure women in. Go by the following advice and learn what true feminism looks like. Number 2. Discouraging masculinity. The pseudo-feminists are crafty people. They can change the perspective of people with their eloquent words. One of their well-known trends is their absolute hatred of men and manhood. Anything that represents anything remotely masculine somehow becomes a symbol of oppression, toxicity, and violence against women. They are rioting around the world, spreading the falsehood that men are poisonous. They are advocating the subjugation of men. Uncannily, real manhood is not toxic and does not deserve to be put on a trial for the satisfaction of some pseudo-feminists. Male pride stands strong with its masculine traits, holding its head. Oftentimes, the role of fathers is belittled by the pseudo-feminists. A mother carries a child, but the father nurtures both the mother and the child for the rest of their life. That is what traditional masculinity dictates. It seems to be greatly offensive towards these pseudo-feminists. They discourage men from becoming a true father to their children. They discourage having children at all, giving economic reasons or reasons that do not even make sense. They are trying to take away the basic right of men to become the rightful parents of their kids. Their ugly monstrosity continues to rage in society. Men and women together should stand up against such pseudo-feminists who do not serve the cause of feminism but their own. Number 3. The true happiness of feminism. Feminism strives for equality, love, and compassion against discrimination. It can never advocate hatred towards anyone. The aim of feminism has always been and always will be equality. The true happiness that women seek in feminism lies in real achievement. It doesn't come from validation or attention. Women may find happiness for a while in them, but their hearts will be empty. Wearing a skimpy outfit and going to places to take pictures and posting them online does not make women happy. Yes, it does provide a superficial happiness of sorts, but all they want is a stable, loving relationship with the people around them. Number 4, encouraging male children to reject masculinity. From a young age, boys are always encouraged to embrace their identities, except for their masculinity. The pseudo-feminists are threatened by masculinity to the point that they would rather raise their male children as genderless individuals than let them accept their true nature. In a way, that is messed up. Trying to tamper with the normal growth of a child is a punishable offense. Hiding behind an ideal made to suit their needs can hardly be a good explanation for the destruction of their children's future. By hindering the growth of masculinity in a child, people are denying them the right to a normal life. An incredibly stupid and confusing notion of genders is incorporated into their little minds. They do not need to know about how many made-up genders there are. They need love, happiness, and security. If a child is male, then let him be male. Don't try to change him just out of male hatred. Children are not supposed to be a part of this game that a certain part of society plays. Drag queens are performing in elementary schools. That is not something progressive. It is deplorable. Children are there to learn. The mistreatment of male children has turned into borderline grooming at this point, and it is extremely saddening. Number 5, raise your voice. Pseudo-feminists will victimize themselves when they see anyone achieving more, while they party away their lives in the spirit of overconfidence. They claim to help girls, but they will never help one when needed. They are inwardly narcissistic people who just wish to dominate everyone around them. Be sure to observe their patterns as they constantly seek attention. If they are not receiving it, they will resort to victimizing themselves over trivial issues. They victimize themselves over the smallest matters. They want everyone to listen to their stories of male oppression. One would be surprised to find out that these are just daily occurrences and have nothing to do with sexism. Also, if someone voices their opinion against them, they will start an illogical debate just to prove their point. It is truly terrible how low they can sink. They are hiding their insecurities by projecting them onto the people around them. Women must raise their voices against these pseudo-feminists. They must do it because the ones working to improve their lives are the actual feminists. If they are undermining someone for their amusement or setting unnecessary boundaries, go ahead and call them out. They are not above anyone's judgment. They want others not to judge, and yet they judge others just fine. So it is advisable to become a woman who thrives to be strong, powerful, and secure in her skin, rather than a woman who is dependent on validation. Lastly, this is truly a dark phase for the feminist movement. We must adhere to real feminism if women genuinely wish to grow. Be a person with morals. Remember that life choices matter more than superficiality. The shiny, flashy influences and pseudo-feminists are like mirages. Everyone thinks they will help them achieve things, but they will slowly erode women's autonomy and make them just like them. Vain, unnecessary, and divert them from their goals.